everybody, I'm Lauren Price, and this is Disc Golf VR360, and today I am in Alto, New Mexico, at Alto Lake Disc Golf Course. This is one of the courses that was used for the 2025 Tim Selinske PDGA Masters World Tournament. I played this 2 times. My division played it 2 times, and there's a couple of other divisions that also played it. It was the older divisions, and I can understand why, because when you look at Oso was a lot harder than Grindstone, and Grindstone was the other course that we played. We played Alto Lake once on Thursday, and then Grindstone on Friday, and then Alto again on Saturday, and then they did the finals for my division MP70 at Grindstone. So anyways, I'm in the parking lot. The course begins in about not quite a little over a half mile maybe, and there's a trail that runs alongside the lake over here. You can see the sign, but the course information you're going to find out on down past the dam, and you'll see your first tee. Actually, you'll see hole 18 coming up first. So I will go ahead and do the time lapse to the first tee, and then we'll get started. Okay, so after that little hike, as you can see, it opens up, and here we are on hole 1. It's 245 feet. Got the basket up over here. It's kind of on a slope, and what you have to watch out for is if you go out this way and hyzer it, if you get too high, it'll come down and it'll skip on out across the trail. That trail, they left the OB lines in place, so everything on the trail and that side of the trail is OB. So you have to watch out, be careful for that. The best way to go is to get it straight out, and you have to be careful because it can stand up and roll down. And I saw that numerous times in the tournament, is people would get out there and it would skip, stand up, and roll OB. So be careful about that. Hole 1, 245. Hole 2, there's 2 pin positions on this hole, and a Mando right there. And the trail behind us, that's also going to be OB. The drop zone for the Mando is right up here. Got the orange flags and what have you. And you have to be careful. One time I went straight and I tried to get some hyzer on it, and it didn't quite hyzer. But that's pretty much the ticket, is to get a hyzer out that way. Make sure you reach out that way. Hole 3, 232 feet. You can see it right over here. Let me move over to the left here. Yeah, you can see it over there. This is kind of tricky because where the pin is, where the basket is, it sits on a real small ledge that's been cut into the slope, and it's kind of a steep slope. And just behind the basket is this ravine that you don't want to get into. So for the most part, we more or less just put it up, going straight up here. And if we can get it just past the trees, we're in good shape to just lay up. Because if you went for it and missed it, that became a problem, in which I and a couple of other people did wind up down there because we came up short. And that's because when you throw a hyzer up there, it's going to naturally head down into that ravine. 332, right up there. Oh, and be careful, because there are a lot of small stumps that don't look like much, but can trip you up real quick. So be careful about that. And there's also a lot of horse crap, because there's wild horses in the area here. You saw behind me on T2, there were some horses grazing on what's left here. Anyways, 232. Hole 4, 214 feet. Don't let that fool you. Okay, so there's two ways you can get there, actually 3. You can see a big gap. You can drive a Greyhound bus through over here to the right. And if you prefer doing a forehand Anheuser over this way here, you got that. I saw a lot of people go high to just watch it come back. So the hot ticket, if you want the ace or the birdie, is through this gap right here. 214. Hole 5, 249, and this one is kind of an Anheuser. If you need to go straight and have it, and then curl up. I did my best with a forehand so that it floats right up there. You have to be careful, because you really the gap here really isn't as wide as you think. Now, another note on hole 4, that's a steep slope. So when you're putting hole 4, keep in mind, especially if you're down from the basket, that if you miss it, it's likely going to drop, stand up, and roll down. And this right here, here you got your OB. So be careful about that. And you have the same situation here on hole 5, where you can hit the cage, it's on a slope, and it'll roll down because the OB is like right here. 249. Hole 6, 382 feet. You move over here. It's over here. You can see the yellow flag flying. There's some little trees kind of surrounding it. And again, the road or the trail is OB. They still have the white flags there. And a lot of people were going out here and fading out to the left. For the most part, you can, if you just get it up over this out there, that's hole 7, 273 feet. You can see the flag waving here. This is going to be very similar to hole 5, and that more you have a very narrow gap, in that one tree in the middle really kind of limits your options. You have to try to get past that, and if you do it right, you can get that gentle less to curl around that tree up there and be parked. 273. Hole 8, 257 feet, sitting up there between those two trees. Those trees are probably about 200 feet, and the basket sits on a slope. So again, that whole rollaway thing comes into play because the trail is right over there. So you do run the risk of rolling down rollaway. But for the most part, if you just go right up the middle, a lot of the guys were going up over here to the right. You have to watch it because on the if you go to the left, a lot of times it winds up carrying OB. So you have to be careful. But just right up between those two trees, that's the ticket. Hole 9. There's two pin positions. I believe it's in the 277-foot position today. There's another 302-foot position. It's kind of one of those things where everything is really guarded by all these little trees. But there is a gap, not much, that you can do. A lot of guys that had the thumber were going up, but you run the risk of catching one of these trees early on. But I parked it. Like I say, keep it low. And there's also a gap right up to it going to the little bit to the left. Hole 10. There's two pin positions. One is 279. That's more where I believe it is now. The other is 286. That's just a little bit further past. This is probably the trickiest hole on this course. Everything you see, there's no beeline going right along here, around here, so that everything over here on the right is OB, and it's real easy to get there. It's not fun to climb down there to get your disc. Now, what makes it even more dangerous is that the trail up there is OB, and it's real easy if your disc goes straight to go OB. Ideally, where you want to be is over there where that one burned out tree is, that you can then lay up to the basket from there. And around the basket, they have put wood shading so that it does help on the landing, so that it's not hard packed. It skips all over the place. I don't know how I managed to do it, but I wound up over here one round and wound up doing the hyzer in that way and parking. Anyways, 279. It narrows, the fairway narrows when you get up there, up to the hole. That's what makes it great club. Good luck, see ya. Hole 11, 277 feet. It's over there surrounded by those trees. I got a birdie and a par on it just by going straight. Nothing to it, just straight. Another time in the practice round, I wound up carrying and having a turnover, and all of that creek there is OB. So you don't want to wind up carrying there. And you also have this trail here. That's also OB. Everything on from this side of the trail over is OB. So just go straight at it. Don't get it up too high. Other guys were going out this way. And like I say, the danger in going out this way is that it could turn over and go OB. 277. Hole 12. right up there. 294. The OB going along right here, and you got the trail up there. That's pretty much about it. Go straight at it. That's the best I can offer advice I have. Hole 13, 244 feet right over there. The creek is right shortly behind it, probably about 10-15 feet. Other than that, that's it. Just got to watch it over here. Can turn over. Straight at it. I've seen several guys with good thumbers doing it, throwing that as well. Hole 14, 296 feet. You can see it right here. Got a lot of trees there. So again, this is one of those things where I don't have the height, so I just go straight at it through the trees. If you have a roller, this would be a good time for that. There's a few things that would get in the way. A lot of the guys are using the thumber and going high and up and getting there. Others, yeah, it just depends on the wind and the conditions. But 296. Hole 15, 269 feet, right there. And this is kind of tricky because this path is OB. Everything on this side of the path and beyond is OB. And there is some OB down there for the creek. You can see some OB lines there. But I parked it. Just go straight at it. You can also do a forehand, get around there. But straight at it. Hole 16, 285 feet. It's over there. It's surrounded by these big boulders, rocks. And you have to cross this road. Everything on this side of the path is OB. So you have to cross the path to be safe. And there's OB over there to the right going along the creek. And the path again is OB. There's a drop zone over here that you can take instead of taking it where it went out. But there's a drop zone down here, and that's the options. 285. Hole 17, 240 feet. It's right over there. Very easy bird and very aceable. This can be a dangerous hole, or it could be a very rewarding hole, because the OB runs right along here, going along the edge, and then you got the trail. And it kind of gets a little tight up there, but that's also sitting on a slope of hardpack, and you can skip off that very quickly and roll away. I saw several roll away, 20, 30 feet when they were shooting for a birdie or even a par. 240. Hole 18, 169 feet, and it's an island hole. I mean, the whole island is all that sawdust. Come up here. We passed it on the hike in, but you can see it right there. And the gap, you can drive a Greyhound bus through there if you wanted to, but it's very tricky. Trust me. A lot of people tried it, and try it with one disc. There's a drop zone up here that we passed on the way in on the trail that you would shoot down to it if you don't. Everything outside of that ring is OB. They still have the OB line string set up there. So that's the deal. Just get it out there. Got a chance. You can go for the ace. It's very aceable. Just got to get past those trees. Okay, so that wraps up Alto Lake Disc Golf Course. I played this 2 rounds of 3 and had a couple of practice rounds here. So this is, I believe, my 5th or 6th time playing the walking this course. It's a fun course. Still doesn't have the course signed in yet. I'm sure that's coming. Come on out. It's well worth the trip. You can see a lot of the trees are burned out from the wildfire. There's also a herd of wild horses and lots of deer in this area. So remember, the key word is wild. Wild horses and deer. Don't try to pet them or get friendly. Moon Mountain's the next one. This wind ain't letting up.